Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily Cup English. I'm Liam.
And I'm Chloe. Thanks so much for spending a few minutes of your day with us.
Whether you're listening on your way to work, during a break, or just relaxing at home, we're really happy you're here.
And before we jump in, just a quick reminder. If you enjoy our conversations, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and follow Daily Cup English. We post new podcast episodes every single day.
Yeah, daily episodes with real-life English, natural conversations, and topics that actually matter in everyday life.
Exactly. No pressure, no complicated words, just English you can really use.
So, Chloe, today's topic feels pretty personal, I think.
It really does. Today we're talking about personal growth takes time.
That's a sentence people hear a lot, but I don't think we always truly understand it.
I agree. We often say we know growth takes time, but deep inside, we still want results right now.
Especially in a world where everything feels fast. Fast success, fast progress, fast answers.
So in this episode, we're going to talk honestly about personal growth, what it really means, why it feels slow, and why that slowness might actually be a good thing.
No lectures, no lessons, just a real conversation.
Okay, Liam, let's start simple. When people hear personal growth, what do you think they usually imagine?
Honestly, I think many people imagine success. Better jobs, more money, confidence, maybe a perfect life.
Yeah, like a big transformation. Suddenly, you're stronger, smarter, and happier.
But for me, personal growth is much quieter than that.
What do you mean?
It's about how you think, how you react, and how you treat yourself and others. It's learning to stay calm in situations that used to stress you out. It's making better choices, even small ones.
I like that. For me, personal growth is also about awareness. You start to notice your habits, your emotions, and your patterns.
Exactly. And that kind of change doesn't happen overnight.
No, it doesn't. I think that's where many people get frustrated. They expect quick results, but growth is usually slow and sometimes invisible.
Right. You don't wake up one day and say, wow, I've grown so much. Most of the time, you only notice it when you look back.
And growth isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it feels confusing. Sometimes it feels like you're stuck.
But even those moments are part of growth.
That's such an important point. Growth isn't just moving forward, it's also learning during the hard moments.
So when we say personal growth takes time, we're not saying be lazy or don't try.
We're saying be patient, be honest with yourself, and understand that real change happens step by step.
And that's exactly what we're going to explore more deeply in today's conversation.
You know, even though we say personal growth takes time, I feel like deep down, many of us still want things to happen faster.
Oh, definitely. I think there's a lot of pressure today to grow fast, to succeed fast, to become better as quickly as possible.
A big reason for that is social media.
Yeah, you open your phone and suddenly it feels like everyone else is doing amazing things with their life.
Someone gets a promotion at 25, someone starts a business, someone moves abroad, someone looks confident and happy all the time.
And even if we know those posts don't show the full story, it still affects us.
It really does. Sometimes I catch myself thinking, why am I not there yet? Or why am I so slow?
I've felt that too. It's easy to believe that if you're not moving fast, you're failing.
But that's not true.
Not at all. Everyone has a different timeline. Some people grow early, some later, and some take a very long road.
The problem is we compare our behind the scenes with other people's highlights.
Exactly, and that comparison creates pressure. Pressure to change faster than we're ready to.
Let me ask you something, Liam. Do you think a little pressure is good for growth?
That's a good question. I think a small amount of pressure can be motivating. It can push you to try harder.
But too much pressure?
Too much pressure can do the opposite. It can make you anxious, tired, and disappointed with yourself.
I agree. When I push myself too hard, I don't actually grow faster. I just feel stressed and unhappy.
Same here. Growth shouldn't feel like you're running a race you never chose.
That's such a good way to put it. Growth is personal. It's not a competition.
And when we rush the process, we sometimes skip important lessons.
Yes, we might reach a goal, but we're not emotionally or mentally ready for it.
So instead of asking, why am I not growing fast enough, maybe we should ask, what am I learning right now?
I love that question. It changes the focus from speed to meaning.
And once you let go of the pressure to grow fast, growth actually becomes more natural.
Exactly. You start growing at your own pace, and that's where real, lasting change happens. You know, when we talk about growth taking time, it sounds nice in theory, but in real life, it's not always easy to accept.
That's true, and honestly, I didn't understand this idea until I went through it myself.
What do you mean?
A few years ago, I was in a place where I felt completely stuck. I thought I was doing everything right, but nothing seemed to work.
That feeling is the worst when you're trying but you don't see results.
Exactly. I was frustrated all the time. I kept asking myself, why am I not better yet? Why am I not more confident, more successful?
And did you feel like other people were moving ahead faster than you?
All the time. Friends around me were changing jobs, moving forward, starting new chapters, and I felt like I was standing still.
I can really relate to that.
Back then, I thought something was wrong with me. I didn't realize I was actually growing, just very slowly.
That's interesting. So what changed?
Nothing big, actually. I didn't suddenly become a new person, but one day I noticed I was reacting differently to stress. I was calmer, more patient.
So the change was internal.
Yes, and that's when it hit me. Growth wasn't about big achievements. It was about small shifts in how I handled life.
I love that because my experience was very similar. For me, it was learning English, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I spent years feeling like my English wasn't improving. I practiced, I listened, I spoke, but I still made mistakes.
That can be really discouraging.
It was. I almost gave up so many times. I thought maybe I'm just bad at languages.
But you didn't give up.
No, and the funny thing is, one day someone told me, "You sound much more natural now," and I was shocked.
Because you didn't feel different?
Exactly. I didn't notice the progress because it happened so slowly, but it was happening the whole time.
That's such a perfect example of personal growth.
Yeah, looking back, I realized the struggle wasn't a sign of failure. It was part of the process.
I think that's something many people need to hear. Feeling lost doesn't mean you're not growing.
Sometimes it means you're growing in ways you can't see yet.
And those invisible changes often become the strongest ones later.
Absolutely. Growth isn't loud, it's quiet, and it takes time.
You know, listening to our stories, there's one thing I keep thinking about. Most growth doesn't come from big, dramatic changes.
Exactly. It usually comes from small choices we make every day.
But that's the part people often ignore because small changes don't feel exciting.
Right. They don't look impressive. You can't really show them on social media.
Like choosing to be a little more patient today than yesterday.
Or spending 10 minutes learning something instead of waiting for the perfect time.
Those moments don't feel like growth, but they add up.
I used to think growth meant doing something big, changing my life all at once.
Same here. I thought if I wasn't making huge progress, then I wasn't moving at all.
But now I see it differently. Growth is often just showing up even when you don't feel motivated.
Yeah, doing the small thing even when it feels boring or pointless.
Like continuing a habit when you don't see results yet.
That's honestly the hardest part.
It is, because your mind starts asking, is this even working?
And sometimes the answer feels like, I don't know.
But that doesn't mean it's not working.
Exactly. Growth is quiet. It's happening in the background.
I think that's why so many people quit too early. They stop right before things start to change.
Yeah, they expect progress to feel fast and clear.
But real growth feels slow and messy.
And honestly, a little uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable sometimes.
But if you can accept that discomfort, those small steps become powerful.
Because one day you look back and realize you're not the same person anymore.
Not because of one big moment.
But because of hundreds of small ones.
That's the kind of growth that lasts.
And that's why patience is so important.
Because if you rush, you miss the value of those small changes.
Exactly. Growth doesn't need to be fast to be real.
It just needs to be consistent.
But Liam, what about those times when you're doing all the small things and still feel like nothing is changing?
Ah, yeah, that's the hardest part, the plateau.
That feeling where you're not moving forward, but you're not really moving backward either.
Exactly, you're just there, stuck in the middle.
I've had so many moments like that. I kept asking myself, am I wasting my time?
Same here. Plateaus can make you doubt everything, your effort, your ability, even your goals.
And sometimes setbacks make it worse. One mistake, one bad day, and suddenly you feel like you're back at the beginning.
Yeah, and that's dangerous thinking. One setback doesn't erase all your progress.
But emotionally, it can feel that way.
Totally. Our emotions don't always follow logic.
So, what do you usually do when you hit a plateau?
Honestly, I used to push harder. I thought more effort would fix everything.
Did it work?
Not really. I just got tired and frustrated.
I relate to that so much. Sometimes pushing harder just means burning out.
Exactly. Now, when I feel stuck, I try to slow down instead.
Slow down? That sounds scary to a lot of people.
It does. But slowing down doesn't mean quitting. It means checking in with yourself.
Like asking, what do I really need right now?
Yes, maybe rest, maybe a new approach, maybe just some patience.
I've learned that plateaus are not signs of failure. They're part of the process.
Sometimes they're even a sign that something is changing beneath the surface.
That's such an important point. Just because you can't see progress doesn't mean it's not happening.
Growth isn't always visible.
And setbacks, though, they don't mean you're going backward.
They mean you're human.
Exactly. Everyone who grows goes through setbacks.
The key is not to give up during those quiet, uncomfortable moments,
Because often, those moments are where the real growth is happening.
even when it doesn't feel like it.
You know what I've noticed? We're often much kinder to other people than we are to ourselves.
That's so true. If a friend is struggling, we tell them to be patient, to keep going.
But when it's us, we say things like, why am I like this? Or I should be better by now.
Yeah, we expect ourselves to grow faster than is humanly possible.
I used to think being hard on myself would push me to improve.
Same. I thought self-criticism was a kind of motivation.
But over time, I realized it just made me tired and discouraged.
Exactly. Being patient with yourself doesn't mean lowering your standards.
It means understanding that growth includes mistakes, slow days, and bad moods.
And those things don't cancel your progress.
I wish more people talked about that. You can have a bad week and still be growing.
Absolutely. Growth isn't ruined by one bad moment.
It's like learning to walk. You fall many times, but no one says you're failing.
They say, keep going.
So why don't we say that to ourselves?
Good question. I think we forget that we are allowed to be learners in our own life.
That's such a powerful idea, being a learner, not a judge.
When you're patient with yourself, you create space to grow.
You stop fighting the process and start trusting it.
And that trust makes growth feel lighter.
Not easier, but lighter.
Yeah, you still work hard, but you don't hate yourself along the way.
And that makes a huge difference in the long run.
Because personal growth isn't just about who you become.
It's also about how you treat yourself during the journey.
You know, when we talk about growth, I think we also need to talk about success.
Yes, because the way we define success affects how we see our progress.
For a long time, I thought success was only about results, titles, money, achievements.
Same here. I used to think if I didn't reach a clear goal, I hadn't succeeded.
But that kind of thinking can be really painful.
Especially when growth is slow. You feel like you're always falling behind.
Exactly. So I had to change my definition of success.
What does success mean to you now?
Now, success is showing up even when I don't feel confident. It's choosing better habits, even when no one notices.
I love that. For me, success is being brave enough to try again after failing.
That takes real strength.
And it's something social media doesn't really celebrate.
True, we see the finish line, but not the long walk to get there.
Redefining success helped me feel more peaceful.
Me too. It allowed me to appreciate progress that isn't loud or dramatic.
Like emotional growth.
Or learning to communicate better.
Or simply understanding yourself more clearly.
Those things don't come with trophies.
But they change your life in real ways.
And when you see success as effort, not just outcome, patience becomes easier.
Because you realize you're already succeeding in small ways every day.
Even if your life doesn't look perfect yet.
Exactly. Growth isn't about arriving.
It's about becoming.
If you're listening right now and feeling like your growth is too slow, we want to talk directly to you.
Yeah, if you feel stuck, tired, or unsure about where you're going, you're not alone.
So many people are quietly feeling the same way.
You might be doing your best and still feel like it's not enough.
But just because you don't see big results yet doesn't mean nothing is happening.
Growth is often invisible before it becomes visible.
Maybe you're learning to set boundaries.
Or learning to speak more kindly to yourself.
Maybe you're still making mistakes, but fewer than before.
Those things matter.
They really do.
Today, if it feels hard, that doesn't mean you're failing.
It just means you're human.
And if you feel behind, remember there is no universal timeline for growth.
Your journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's.
All you need to do is keep taking the next small step.
even if that step feels tiny.
Especially then.
Be patient with yourself.
Be proud of how far you've already come.
And trust that your effort today is building something for tomorrow.
Because good things don't happen overnight.
They happen with time, consistency, and care.
So, to wrap up today's conversation, remember, personal growth takes time.
And that's completely okay. You don't have to rush. You're not behind.
Every small step you take matters. Every effort counts.
And don't forget to be kind to yourself along the way.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe to Daily Cup English.
Yeah, follow us so you won't miss any of our daily conversations.
We post new episodes every single day with real English and topics that matter to you.
And if this episode helped you even a little, share it with a friend who might need it too.
Thanks for spending your time with us today.
Keep growing, be patient with yourself, and trust the process.
We'll see you tomorrow with another episode.
Bye for now, everyone.
Bye.